What's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Jacoby Owens coming to you Wednesday, January 27th. And I'm going to do a testimony today that I didn't get around to doing yesterday. All right. As you know, well, I'm here on the East Coast, and as you know, we just had that blizzard come through, and state went on a lockdown and everything shut down, and they said you're not supposed to be out on the streets and everything. But here's my testimony. Now, day one on Friday, the two tow trucks, not two tow trucks, two plows came up our block. One from one side, one from the other side. Two plows came up our block, and they met each other head on, so one had to back out or whatever. So by the time the night was over, it didn't look like they had done anything, and of course it kept snowing and kept snowing, and so after the snow stopped, me and my son, we go out, we shovel. We're shoveling different areas. My son got paid to shovel some neighbors' walkways and everything. And in the process of shoveling, I'm back in the house. He's still out shoveling now. And there's a guy coming from up the street, and he's shoveling the actual street. And he had said something to my son about where he put the snow. And I'm like, okay, fine, it's whatever. And so he's out shoveling, him and his girlfriend or his wife or whoever, and like as he's shoveling, she's got the car coming up behind him, like staying on him or whatever. And he was out there since daytime. you know Evening's coming through now, and he's still out there. And he asked my son, if he wanted to help shovel the street. He asked him if he wanted to help shovel the street. And my son calls me and asks me. I'm like, no, don't. You shoveling? Why would you shovel the street? You know what I mean? That's crazy that he's trying to shovel this whole street. My block is like maybe 3 blocks long. Like that's crazy. And there's a hill and everything going down. And like that's crazy. Why would you try to shovel the whole street? No, you're not going to shovel the street. You're going to do what I told you to do, and that's it. You're going to come back in, and if he has a problem with it, tell him to knock on my door, and he can talk to me. All right. He's like, okay, yes, sir. But so he tells him, and he's like, it's no problem. That he just keep on shoveling down the street. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, well, that's crazy to shovel down the street because in a few hours, the tow truck, the plow trucks are going to be coming through. They came through the day before. In a few hours, the plow trucks will be coming through, and he'll shovel all that street, wasting all that energy for nothing, right? The funny thing is, the plow trucks never came through. The plow trucks never came through. Um, for whatever reason. They came through the first day, then they never came back through. So all that shoveling that man did, um, it helped everybody else on the block. You know what I mean? And quite honestly, I'm thankful for it, right? Because here I am thinking that this is ridiculous, right? And I'm a little bit upset about like, hey, you see my son out here. He's been shoveling all this time, and now you want him to help shovel the street when the plow trucks are going to come through. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? But the irony of it all is that the plow trucks never came through, and the work that guy and whoever else did, and a couple neighbors helped out here and there, right? Even shoveling in front of the car where we shoveled out the car and everything, that helped. But to the extent that it helped, it was just a blessing that the guy actually did that. He was supposed to be stranded over somebody's house, and he wanted to get home. You know what I mean? And so that's why he was shoveling his way out. He was stranded up at a friend's house, and things weren't going right, so he wanted to get out. And so the next day we finished shoveling out, and I was able to get down the street. It was still a little slippery. Still had to use some maneuvering to get back up the hill and everything. But the funny thing is, he was down at the bottom of the block, like at a house down at the bottom of the block as well. So I don't really know why he shoveled out, but I'm just thanking God that he did shovel out because it helped everybody. It helped everybody. It wound up being a blessing to everybody. People were able to go back to work a little earlier than they anticipated. Yeah, that's my testimony today. Uh, so I'm just thankful for that. All right. And I share this testimony just because there are so many blessings in the things that we are the unexpected things, right? Because of course my mind says one thing. That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. But for whatever reason, it was on this man's heart to do this thing, and he got it done. He got it accomplished. I mean, he started maybe around 2 in the afternoon. He didn't finish till I no longer saw him. It was like almost midnight, around 11, 10, 10, 11 o'clock at night. So that was a lot of shoveling, but it wound up being a blessing. So I'm thankful, and the Lord tells us to be thankful about all things. So I'm definitely thankful for that. All right. Remember, if you have a prayer request or testimony, feel free to leave a comment below. You can shoot me an email at jacodyo@gmail.com. And Wednesday, it's a quick word on Wednesday, which I'm going to be doing very shortly. And we'll take it from there. All right. Until next time, be blessed.